The Blue Jays have a golden opportunity to turn their entire season around right now. For the last couple months, Blue Jays fans and Blue Jays media have been panicking about the potential collapse of the Toronto Blue Jays this season. A team who had extremely high expectations coming into the season, maybe even a World Series contender, are now sitting outside of the wild card berth looking in. But I'm here to tell you, it's not as bad as it seems. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how the Blue Jays are about to go on a hot stretch and how they're going to get back into that wildcard berth. Opportunity 1, the schedule. Arguably, the Blue Jays began their most difficult part of the schedule May 12th when they're about to go on a 39-game stretch of division leaders, wildcard contenders, and all of these teams being above 500. And in those 39 games, you had to deal with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. losing his MVP abilities, the Player of the Month Matt Chapman going ice cold, your former Cy Young contender Alek Manoah being sent to the minors, and having to pitch with a 4-man rotation. And despite all that, the Blue Jays still went 20-19 in that stretch. Sure, it's not sexy by any means, but the Blue Jays were able to survive. And they're still sitting half a game out of a wildcard berth today. And now the schedule is about to get a lot easier. Looking at the opponents all the way to the end of July, they only have a combined 484 winning percentage. And maybe this is the time for some of those players to get out of the slumps and help the Blue Jays record some much needed W's to get back into a playoff spot. And if they can be sitting comfortably in a wildcard berth by the end of July, this brings us to our next opportunity, the trade deadline. We know how competitive it is in the American League, and every single one of those teams are going to be looking to buy come trade deadline. And the Blue Jays should be looking to buy big. Marcus Stroman, Shane Bieber, Lucas Giolito should be targets that the Blue Jays should be going after. Because if they don't, their competition will. The only question is, are the Blue Jays willing to part with some of their top prospects? I say you have to. And if you don't, you might as well pack up, boys, because the Rangers, the Astros, the Orioles, and the Yankees, yeah, they're definitely going to be in on those guys. And if they don't buy in at the trade deadline, they got to be relying on opportunity number 3. Time for a quick shout out to Betway. Betway is the best place to make all of your sports bets on all of your favorite teams. Betway is also in collaboration with iGaming Ontario. Must be 19 years older to participate. And guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content. Hyun-Jin Ryu and Chad Green. The Blue Jays pitching depth has been tested these past couple months. And starting pitcher Hyun-Jin Ryu would provide some great depth to that rotation, maybe even giving a 6-man opportunity down the stretch. And as well, Chad Green provides some great veteran reinforcement to this bullpen, because honestly, we've got some glaring holes in the front half of that bullpen. Guys, if the Blue Jays can go on a nice stretch in this easy part of the schedule, pick up a key piece at the trade deadline, and get back some pitching depth reinforcement, the Blue Jays will be in a great position to head back to the postseason in 2023. But guys, you let me know in the comments down below if you think the Blue Jays have what it takes to make it back to the postseason. And as always, guys, go Jays go.